A cheap way to create expressive lighting that's softer for portraits is to take a speedlight and bounce that light off of white foam board. And I've been looking for ways to hold the foam board without enlisting help, and I come up with a few solutions that I want to share with you. What I've been doing is taking these cheap tripods, this one's made by Targus, and you can buy them at Walmart or wherever for about 14 bucks. And I use the shoe that comes with my speedlight to mount it to the tripod, and that takes care of holding the speedlight for me. But then the next problem was holding the foam board, and I've come up with a solution using the same tripods for that. And I'll show you two things you're going to need to make this work. One is a T-nut, and basically this gets embedded in wood. You drill a hole for this middle part right here where the threads of the tripod go. All right, that's 1/4 inch by 20 threads. And then these teeth dig into the wood when you bang it in with a hammer. In the end, you end up with something like this. Okay. The other piece you're going to need is a coupler nut. And again, it has 1/4 inch by 20 thread in the middle, and it's just a long nut. The way I use these things, for the T-nut, you can bang it into a piece of wood, and that gives you the ability to use this wood to hold the foam board. And all I've done here is taken a groove using a table saw. Now, if you know a woodworker, or if you are a woodworker, you can do this yourself. And you just cut a groove there to hold the foam board. All right. And then you can slide in whatever foam board you have and take it out easily if you want to change it. That's one of the methods. The other method I've done is I've just taken a really cheap clipboard, and this is, I think it was about $1 at Staples. I put a bolt through the one side, and on the other side I have a nut holding the bolt in place, and then this bolt goes right on the coupler. All right. You screw that on there, and then that coupler nut screws onto your tripod. And what that does is give you now a clamp where you can hold foam board or just about anything else for that matter, and you can adjust your tripod. All right, to use these methods, I'll try to show you this one-handed while I'm holding the camera here. You just take the piece of wood that I made and screw it onto your tripod. All right, and then you take your foam board, slide it in, and you're done. I have that angled down right now, but you can change the angle, as you can see, to whatever you want using the tripod. That's the one method. The second method, same idea. I just take this coupler nut that I told you about, right? Screw that onto my tripod. Now that gives me a receiver for my clipboard with the little bolt. All right, so I'm just going to screw the bolt on there. And then I can take this, adjust my head how I want. And once I put the foam board in, try to do this one-handed. Well, actually, I can't do it one-handed, it's all. Okay, I had to use two hands to do that, but here's the idea. So now you have this coupler nut right here. You just have a bolt right here through the clipboard, and you can just clip on a piece of foam board, and that gives you the connection you need. And then you can just use a little tripod to make the adjustments of whatever angle you want. So it works pretty well. For getting bigger height, you're going to need a taller tripod than these cheap ones, but this gets you a lot of the way. And the other part about this clipboard is that since they have a hole here, you can also just put a piece of string or wire through the hole and hang it from the ceiling, and that'll get you higher as well. So cheap, easy, and that's the way I like to go.